So welcome back. Welcome back. We are discussing how to do Welcome back. So we are discussing how to do the Zika Executive Diploma case study and how to take it up. So we're saying now so discuss the challenges found in implementing your practical business solution. The mamwe challenges are maka sangana nawo muku register tax. Atinosangana nawo Zimbabwe, and you are concluding to say those story for conclusion now as my findings if you are concluding and this is the status quo Zimbabwe kana muda kutora maybe a research financial information technology, maybe you are giving challenges like you want to connect my branches in Zimbabwe, but one of the challenge maybe now when you're trying to say in class takadzidza kuti tinogono share my files using another method, but I want to have have a study and find out if we cannot have 5 branches that can connect online using a desktop system. As it share my stock exchange, nema stocks edu nechi share using the internet real time. Each time we send the file, it should be written, hit the other shop or the head office instantly. The challenge is you then find maybe internet and other factors, then you are going to discuss those and actually in the conclusion and outline them for us. Anditika, excellent. So let's proceed. So the recommendations now recommendations, which is 5, you are going to tell us based on what you have, the findings, based on the discussions with the practical processes you've undertaken to develop whatever solution you are developing, you are going to then give us some recommendations. You are going to give us some recommendations, which is briefly justify your solution choice, explain how it will solve the major. So as long as you are now telling us from the study, yes, then you are now trying to justify this thing is good enough. Why you think so and why vatifana register and why my retains in this way. Right, Lonzi? Hi, Lonzi. Yes, Lonzi, you can come. Oh, you can't hear anything. Right? Is there anyone Argundins go? Confirm if you can hear me. I want to see if it's my mic this side or what's happening. Confirm if you can hear me. All right, I can. All right, maybe Lonzi, can you check again? I don't know what's happening. The rest of the guys here, they're saying they can hear me. I can hear you. Say, confirm there's someone out there. I can hear you. I can't hear anything. I can't go. Okay. Maybe can you check? Maybe can you check? I don't know what's happening. Right, please check. Because my mic is Right, excellent. So we'll proceed whilst Lonzi is connecting. So with the recommendations, what we are saying is briefly justify your solution. Kuti kana munhu aida kutenga your idea to say munhu akanhonga your study, your case study about that particular solution you want to provide to Zimbabwean business. Why will someone have to go and buy your idea of that particular research you have undertaken? Make recommendations on possible improvement to current solutions available in the market. You're also going to tell us, as much as I've brought the point of sale system, I still feel from this study that we can still have better, because you can have my literature reviews of what other countries are doing. From such literature reviews, then you can draw recommendations of improvements. Right, wonderful. So at the same time, the recommendations, you here integrate the theory and coursework, the integration of the theory. Your detailed knowledge, your theoretic framework of that particular subject matter. And at the same time, you tell us how it relates to the practical aspects of doing the thing on the job. All that. Right. So not this. Wonderful. Lonzi's back. I don't know what happened to Dambuzo. Maybe she has quitted, or maybe internet now. And this is right. This should be written in a forceful style, as this section is intended to be persuasive. We use this section of the recommendation to sell this study. We want to sell this study, this idea that you are bringing in. This is the section that is going to sell this particular study, this particular study or research you are doing or you have undertaken, to say even even the panel of the guys you're presenting to, of the examiners, they should feel the impact to say, we really need, industry needs this solution. They need to buy in this idea. So this is short, forceful. The recommendation with energy, because we are trying to convince and persuade someone. You are like saying, I'm persuading someone to buy this idea of mine and actually implement, whether is getting the implementation from you or from anyone else, but you are like thinking to say, you're running an institution which implement a solution, implement, and you want to bring it so strong in Zimbabwe, in the Zimbabwean market, maybe focusing on a certain market or industry. This recommendation stage should, and to expect out the number of pages here, as much as more of conclusions. So implementation, right? Besides the recommendations, which is more on the general aspect of maybe in that particular industry or institution, industry or type of business, we are now coming to implementation stage, which you are saying, if someone else is going to implement, this should be done by who in the organization? It's at which level? If it takes whatever, it's really to an institution, you are now giving us that if an organization chooses to implement your idea from your study, by whom, and when is this particular implementation of this particular solution necessary, to which organization, to who? And research is just for everyone. In a certain people, you're going to draw down and say, this particular is executive the focus of this particular study, draw to who, and study, but in that break it down in that particular industry, in that particular institution, explain the proper procedures to be followed by anyone who chooses to implement this. If it's a school, you might have studied. You are now telling us, and the procedures they should take, they're not just rushing into implementing or just registering takes. They need to appreciate some other consequences and challenges that can be associated if they do things wrongly. here umwe munhu anogona kungomhanya kungonoti maybe zvakanzi nachikoho tofanira kuisa quickbooks accounting because we are a school or we are a pharmacy and yakanakira zvakati taona everything in the recommendations, but we are saying how are they required to implement the system or to implement the solution. And right, if appropriate, include a rough estimate of the cost that might be. Kuti munhu ada kutenga idea yenyu yestudy yezvamuri kutoya kumuconvince to say this is necessary, I did this study, then tell him what's the cost like, so that munhu ari kutanga atarisa the benefit that you have drawn pamusoro up in the recommendations and the findings and the whatever kuti ndo zvazvinotibatsira, then you are coming down and say but this will cost you so much. If you are going to hire someone as a consultant, it's going to cost you so much. You are going to implement Berliner payroll. These are the costs the Berliner payroll. Kana muri kuita indakaita study yangu 5 employees, you know, in 125 US if a company is serious, and now they can compare the cost of 125 US plus the implementation ichaitwa the payroll administrator waonenga hire as a consultant, maybe the researcher himself atotaura kuti this is a solution that you need for HR. So the costs that are associated in trying to hire or adopt or accept that particular solution you're trying to implement, you are putting such information in point forms. So you're going to have 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4. Then you tell us that. Then after implementation, you are giving the reference. The reference here, anything kwa makawana information kana makaiwana mstart back rakanyorwa navakativu mucharitora sereference. Preferably mukaita mareference edu handiti muri kunyorawo book renyu which is going to build, maybe muchanyora second material after mapedza zika, and we building to try to encourage Anna to really be a difference in how things are done out there. So tukuti mimi muri kuendawo kundo reference a book material yenyu to say ndakawana zvakati, imwe makaiwanawo mu budget ravamutuli information, imwe information makaiona mu tender bidding whatever, makaiwanawo mu monetary policy yavamangunja, imwe makaiwanawo mu newspaper article yakataura zvakati, or KPMG yakataura zvakati about my systems. Remember, vane right yekuita zvavanofunga. Ma auditing firms anongomuka kutaurira kuti ma computerized systems has right because they don't appreciate them, those guys. So you are coming in and say imwe reference yedu ndeyekuti ma auditors haiti zvakati. Isusu manje we are coming to challenge and study it and find out if that is true, and tell the industry or tell the economy the truth about computerized accounting systems, and if true kuti havafani implement according to their auditors or according to us computerized accountants, we are challenging to say no, these things tinongodiwa kuzviziva, ndo ingangove challenge yedu chete. Right, let's proceed. Then appendices, everything at the end of the paper you are going to add pages dzinenge dzine ma-appendices ema-documents amaita. If you're doing something that's related to a flow of procedure that you expect kuti whatever solution you are providing kuti tive a proper accounting system in an organization, maybe be it with QuickBooks or Pastel Evolution or whatever, then you are going to actually give us the documents you are recommending or you have been using when you were implementing the system. If there were cash vouchers, if there were receipts and such designs, and practically munogona kuti mukaita payroll motogadzira tinoti ma P2 from Berliner, from Pastel payroll, whatever payroll yamuchashandisa, tiri kuti ma reports amaita acho mukabuditsa, we want you to scan them or to take them from PDF more convert into Word, motoakopa moaisa is my appendices anotitaurira kuti these are the results that I then get, or these are the documents or information that I used in coming up with this the results of this study. Then before what the study involves, come up with this booklet, this short paper and research paper, then at the same time the material you're going to prove the practical aspect of this research, then what's required of you. But before I go there, can you come in, Timbo, discuss what we have, from you, what we have discovered or discussed so far. Right, let's talk about the elements. We're discussing the elements. In other words, what constitutes this research? Ndo andiri kuti ma-elements chii chiri kuconstituta kuti titi research yedu yakwana. Tiri kutarisira what? Ndoziva pamaita research yekuchikoro, dissertation or the project yamaita ya. It's a little bit different, though related in some sense. Kuyatanga tine literature review, tikaita vananani, zvakataka kusiyana. This is a little bit of a study which is a little bit different, but the concepts are the same. At the end of the day, we are looking at the subject matter we are trying to study, but this time our main focus is the practical aspect. Then we analyze and put down information that relates to what we've done practically. Right, talk to me, guys. Yes. Hi, Lonzi. I think network there. There's network. Anyone else? Mrs. Dekea, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now, Lonzi.
Okay. And nanjitaura pama elements kuti ma elements machi tinenge tichifanira kuisa, the first thing to do is to do the executive summary. But I'm sure ndo yatinosati kupesera zvedu. Executive summary, kuita ma findings, discussion yamati ndo yatinotora time yakareba tichiita research yachona, conclusion nema recommendations.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Like what Lonze said, obviously tikuti kuti uzotowa an executive summary unenge watopedza, but tikuti the booklet kana rakuuya riri kuuya in this particular sequence. Right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And so can I pass now another question? So Tinema references and everything. So like we have seen, so it means also some literature review, gonna go pinda a little bit where you acknowledge material yevamwe and also yamakaona and what they said in that regard, whether locally, and if you want to compare our economy with other economies and find out how the solution could have impacted if it was in a different economy, and giving the literature review or information that you've gathered from other sources, very much important. So what the study involves. So the first thing you are going to do is to select a topic. You are going to select a topic. Number one, must select a topic yenyu, and itika mova maenda kuna supervisor wenyu. Muka select a topic, you are going to give us the topic. Muchatipa topic, maybe in this stage, because in lecturers, unfortunately, we couldn't meet, so we have got to do it at the time I chat tender. Then must select a topic, muchatipa topic, or maybe you are going to give me the topic myself. Then ichatipa sira now to allocate your supervisor, because topic yenyu ndo determine our supervisor wamuchawana ndiani. Hata kungo allocate a supervisor who is not acquainted to a certain topic. Kana muda kuita text, it means to by the likes of Mr. Kativu. Kana muda kuita point of sale, maybe you are getting the supervisors like some of us. So zichenda kana muda wana QuickBooks, maybe ndana Mr. Mawao ana Dr. Chikana nevamu. So trukuti, you are going to select a topic and we are going to discuss the topic together. Because we're not going to come up with a topic very wide. We're going to streamline it together until the topic yakwasa kustadika. Because we're going to generalize the topic or streamline better. So we are going to then yourself and your supervisor, you are going to discuss the topic together until might come up with a topic that can add value really, comprehensive, and saying which problem are you going to solve and the problem you identify from this topic in the EP. That's number one. So muchagadra topic yenyu, moti send all this topic on tichagadra email yakanzi case start. Can you take it down? Case start at zika.co.zw. So you are going from tomorrow, murutoti send it up, muchangweta free, muchati send it topic yenyu iyoyo. Time zvese zviri kwamuri chatinongoda kuti munge mapedza by the 31st, so nobody's gonna move you, nobody's gonna really push you. Muchazvi supervisor mega, muchingoenda kuna supervisor as and when you need assistance each stage yamune masvika. Then from the topic now, you kana mawirirana madiscussa topic yenyu maiwirirana na supervisor wenyu, you are going to then develop the problem statement and the research questions to say zvandoda kuedza kuita apa, because mukangofunga muda kungoregister text munogona musina enough research questions, maybe amuna, so you need to draft problem statement. You need to draft a problem statement which you are going to also share and discuss with your supervisor and find out if the problem statement from that particular topic is good enough. Are we together? Right? To really come up with a comprehensive study that can help the industry. If we can, look at the energy that I have, if we can, let's not bring it only for academic purposes at this level. Let's try to do it mindset yenyu itori yekuti ndoda kutonyora document rekuti ndikaenda naro pachikoro, zvikoro zvese zvikangobata that document zvichatondidedza or call anyone else who can implement this solution. Because these guys, maybe they are not even aware there is a problem they have that requires a solution. Because they are not aware if your findings and you are going to tell them ndakaona kuti zvikoro zvine challenges akadai another solution and kukupai. So because of that, you are going to identify research questions that can really carry the day in coming up with a very strong argument in this particular study. Then the other thing is you are going to identify the possible solutions. So that the possible solutions, because you are not simply going to say, can it takes tax systems in Zimbabwe, whatever. To really tackle this particular problem, what solution, possible solutions that I can provide, then you put them passy and then maybe adopt certain after maybe looking at them. Then practically implement the possible solution to a real life business setup after drawing this. So the first three muchaenda muchindo discussa na supervisor wenyu, moagreea kuti ma questions yenyu ne problem statement yenyu ne topic yenyu yakanaka and ma possible solutions you are available on the app and you are going to adopt which solutions or which solution. Then from there now, from these three, kana tanyatsobuda ne argument yedu yakanaka in these three, you then begin from there. You then begin to attack maakutoenda kundotsvaga organization ne practical platform yamaakutoita zvinhu zvacho practically. Record the processes on the discussions and recommendations and implementations. So kana muchinge maita maakutoita practically, the next stage yamuchaenda kwakundo record the processes dzamakaita nezvamakasangana nazvo nema challenges zvese zvakaitika muchiprovide that solution. And zvekuti tinoona kuti ano it was really comprehensive, it was really a well thought of study yakanyatsoitwe. So you then record down everything that happened. And don't forget these first three, they then form the topic, the problem statement, the research questions, and the possible solutions. They form the appendix. They form part of the documents you are supposed to put at the back of the document to suggest ndo sketch working papers amakashandisa to arrive at this particular conclusion. Right? Then to vatati susu, submit a properly draft study paper for marking. Kana muchinge maita mune muchikweshana pese pamuri kuita na supervisor moenda mondambodai izvi ndo zvandaita ndo zvandosangana nazvo. Problem yekuzimura yacho, zimura inobhohwa kana register of companies kana kupi kana QuickBooks peri kunetsera internet iri kupota ichidonha muchidiscussa kusvikira mati how can you mitigate and play around until masangana something chiri really strong. Right? Then you are going to have a minimum of 30 pages from the research, which doesn't include the introduction papers. Pages. The cover page, the table of contents, and etc. Parikutangira the executive summary, which is our page number 1. Then we need at least 30 pages. Then submit the practical work, backups, etc. to support your study. Depending on the nature of the study, maybe module Excel. So you also going to submit that together with the research paper. handitika. Then submit a corrected final copy for the printer. So kana mamakirwa ana examiner kana whosoever ari kumaka masubmita then zvamakwa, then muchandotisira macorrections even matowana maki kare, because not only do you want kuti mungowane maki, tiri kuti the paper racho tiri kutoridawo kuti titomboupload information yezvatakaresearcha together with you guys. We are going to research together as an institution with the guys. And munoona kuti vana use it besides kuticha ma-students, one of the things zvavari kutoita vari kutoshandisa malab ekunana use it to do my researches. Avari kutoenda kunotaura takaita ma-medical researches akati, kaita ma-engineering researches, which are going to be adopted and say use it research yakaitwa a team or individuals. And isusu tiri kuti isusu as computerized accountants institution, we are going to introduce this to try and bring in certain researches that are related to business management, to finance, to administration, and accounting. So muchando correcta that particular document. Mova mauya ne a final document you are going to give us, which we are going to raticha enda tondo binder like mustard bexenyo. Then you can have a copy. Isusto sarone one copy. If you want, you can have a third copy. You can actually fund a third copy that you give maybe the company yakakupa an opportunity to research so that they go through it and find out the benefits they got from there. So then karatapedza zvese, besides kungomakirwa, you are also going to defend your study. You are going to defend. So a good case study should be like this. It should provide new and unexpected insights in the study. Hatisingotedzera zvakatarwa naBekiyam class. Taakutouyawo nezvimwe zvatisingazivi. I liked Lonzi so much. The number of times when you could come to me and say, Mr. Deke, and I did this on Excel, or I did this on point of sale, and I was following through one of his lectures, the point of sale student. I was surprised when you were showing me in the lecture product to shelf. It's a solution that's available. Maybe today a shop in my products akakura, and vanhu vari kufranta vasi kukwanisa kuziva kuti saka ma products kana ndava kundopa client pane queue tondonhonga kupi product. And that's what we are saying. We need to tell the industry and also my companies, my businesses and business owners, our solution is to make things better and provide solution to you guys. Those are telling and take over this. So over and above, the research inofana kunza provide new and unexpected insights in the subject matter. Hamusi kungoenda kundoita basically zvakatarwa navamakore kana zvakatarwa navadekeya kana zvamakaudzwa navakativu kana muta tax or non-Greek, but hameno vachatora payroll because payroll hamuna unatsoifunda your class inofunda vari kufunda payroll ine zvari kufunda payroll chaiyo. But even if I want to take it as a challenge, like I heard Dambudzo Achiti, he wants to take payroll, that would be great. She wants to take payroll. So number two, a good study, a study yakanaka, it should challenge existing assumptions and theories. Toda kuti muuye kuzondotichallenjera hazvina basa kuti zvakagadzirwa general weku-ZIMRA, munoati yani those guys, the general Commissioner General of ZIMRA. We are coming to challenge those theories and thinkings of saying tax should be administered this way. We are saying it's also we can provide this solution, but it could have been better if our government could make it this way. One day that voice might be heard. Who knows? And it propose practical courses of action to resolve the problem or as the challenges that masangana nazo. Then also research inofana kuti provide all that. Open up new direction for future research. Kuti munofana kusiya iri open enough kuti mwe munhu kana yourself mukada kuzoita further research on the same problem or study. Tinofana kukwanisa kuita take it over from you and say, Lonza kaita study yakadai, I want to pursue it. And actually to team up and say, outside the academic framework, we want to really pursue this and see where we can get to with this particular subject. I like my researches, mamwe computerized accounting, mukaenda pa internet and ndinomboona akaitwa neChinoi University computerized accounting, pane vana vakaita such, and we are saying, no, we want to also come in. Right. So mozo ndiverengera pakanzi note apa nditika right? Hansi, to ensure that your analysis or the case case has a solid academic grounding, you should conduct a literature review of sources related to the topic and develop a theoretical framework. This means identifying the key concept and the like. So tikuti munokwanisa kunzwawo kune vamwe nematerials evamwe, be it from my books, my videos, my articles, my newsletters and the like. You can learn from zvakataurwa nevamwe, or even an existing system, how it has been, the theory built up. Then examples of a case study topics. Examples of case study topics. Hey, let me see if I can finish off in the next 10 minutes. Right. Benefits in benefits of computerized accounting as a business management tool in schools. Ndoda chikoro, ndoda research chikoro zviri serious. Ndoda kutoitawo yangu. A case study of Donnell Martin's high school QuickBooks accounting. So the thrust is to provide the benefits, meaning to say pane ma challenges ariko kana pakutoita benefit means pane shortcoming toripo muzvikoro nekusashandisa computerized accounting system. So you are providing QuickBooks. You are going to have a study using QuickBooks in a certain school that you are saying ndezvipi zvaunobhenefita. The use of computerized accounting. Kana mangoita generalize, so hamusi kungotaura just my books of accounts. Muri kutaura also my database ema students. Kutogona kungondoclicka. Mozere QuickBooks togona kungotaura chikoro kuti mukangoclicka. Tinoona class yese kungoti 2B. Toona vana vemu 2B we using QuickBooks. I know maybe I'm not kudzidza kusvika ikoko, but that thing can do that. Where vari kumberi pa reception paya havasi kungo mwana akangondoclicka anotaura kuti mwana uyu ndewe baba wake ndinhingi, anodzidza muklasi yakati, ane ma-allergies akati, QuickBooks can provide to that such solutions to schools. And you are saying the use of computerized accounting systems as a business management tool in schools, then you want to use QuickBooks as a case study too. Or you can say tax registration processes in Zimbabwe. Maybe you want to study the processes of registering different tax arms like the VAT, like the BP number, like the customs number. And say, tax registration systems, say you want to start a case study of the mess properties, BP number and VAT registration, or you want to do that for two companies, maybe company name VAT, name company name PP number, maybe I'm going to register PP number, the same company, VAT. Like what Chico said, to know when to register email VAT, to register email. Zakati mo na process zacho kushikama pata tax claims, maungushkamane VAT certificate, Juno Famba say, and the benefits that accrue to that organization can register BP number and VAT, benefit in the implementation, say at what stage and who is required. Right, so Nangopa, those two examples. So not study topics can be drawn from the following subjects. Number one, QuickBooks accounting. You are free to really tell us the angle you want to take. Hapana ari kunyatso kuti muri kungoita QuickBooks implement. Maybe it's just implementation yayo. Maybe which include kusvika maita financial data population, maita ma chart of accounts, maita magadzira a proper chart of accounts for that particular real estate company or a law firm. Then this particular law firm that we gather ma accounts anoti vachingoclicka munhu ari kumirira case in court inofambiswa sei ma-hours anotora. How can QuickBooks really account and provide a solution to kuti vasanetseka vanobhila vanhu saying stuff? Maybe just implementation or the use yayo kuti QuickBooks yacho tangoinstalla taisa, but tinoita sei kusvika takwanisa kuwana ma-accounts anotitaurira where the company is coming from, where the company is going, and the benefits that can be included from those reports and stuff. So the same with Sage Pastel Partner. The same with Sage Pastel Evolution. With Sage Pastel Evolution now, it's unfortunate kuti munogona kushandisa with an organization chaiyo where tinogonakundovaisira the demo version which lasts for 1 year. So imi munogonaita study yenyu ikatopera iwo wakasara vachitomboshanda. But now with this one, if you want to take up this one, try to, for most of you analonzi nanachikowa munakunyatsodzidza evolution steering, try now to take advantage of that and say toda kudzidza mango ma modules, ma ERP modules, and say the solutions that can be brought akafana nema credit management modules, the customer relationship modules, the manufacturing modules, the whatever, the other modules that can provide solution and say how can an organization kanayati kure, maybe it's already QuickBooks already, maybe organization in a Pastel muda kuisira a side software to try and convince them kuti maakuda in ERP instead of just a basic finance accounting package. Online accounting system, maybe muda kuuya imimi kundo implement a solution why an organization should move from pastel partner and desktop version to an online pastel. Ndo research yamuda kuita, ndo study yenyu, the benefits of the challenges that are found with the desktops and the benefits that can be brought by the solution yekuenda online and the like tichenda takadaro. Right? Also, tax law and practice, tamdabopa example pamsoro, tax registration, VAT registration, the actual files, tax filing, my tax audits, and the taxes and all that. It's a quite rich. You can have topic from there. Microsoft Excel business models. You can actually draw or come up with a study from Excel. POS and retail management solutions. Point of sale, yana loans, point of sale. How maybe especially amara kuendeka kumuda kutaura yakati kure yakabatadza ma branches pete kungotaura ka solution ngunda kangoinstalla point of sale ndikatraina vanhu. That's not good enough. Payroll administration, especially on the computerized payroll. In the solution and how you can do it. Motogadzira payroll kusvikira company yo yakutoona payroll ichitobuda mapayslip avanhu achibuda ichitoona ma-leave days evanhu zvainge isi kutomboita chakurwa ma-leave days chakurwa zvakati ma-maternity leaves and the like zvese chiita company yotoshanda kuti this study yaitwa panapa yatotionesa mamwe ma-new insights ezvinhu zvatatisiri kuappreciate. Then financial reporting, maybe in a financial reporting where you are going to really do a management report and the financial report to certain organizations, or its internal control systems. Maybe draw my standard operating procedure. Chairo re company rema sure. Maybe wachikubada reka na wachida mchita start yenyu mari shoma kana kuti mchito waitira for free just kuti mungo buditse argument yenyu muchienda. Then motions are that one. Mangwana makutoudza vanhu kuti ndini ndaka the standard operating procedure that 103 pages booklet in 103 pages or 74 pages. Ndini ndakandogadzira ma structures acho tichienda pa company tondo discuss ne management kuti check inonyorwa naningi payment voucher inodai segregation of duties, the HR procedure chakati takaenda tikadiscussa tichikweshana nichiwapa madraft vachadzosa muchidiscussa muchiita sei wokupai kusvika vapa maybe malawyers avo vachidzosa kwamuri kusvika mawirirana kuti every department remuorganization rine procedure yainofanira kufollowa and mototi system iri kutoshandiswako ndeyangu, then you can begin to sell your idea to others. Then and lastly, financial information technology. Pakaita vanodawo kuenda kundoimplementa masystem to say renyu ndere kundoita financial network nekuimplementa masystem nekuconnecta mabranches nekuita sei mondotondozviita kuorganization yanga ine maybe mabranch akamira independently and say no, that's not good enough. I can bring a solution to this more as we must talk saying better. I can run what you mean 23 branches. Let's have someone on such one. Then you are required to adhere to the following specifications. The font size you are going to use for everything else that's not a heading is going to be 12. Then the font type you are going to use is Century Gothic. It's going to be standardized. This is Zika standard research paper, and these are the specifications. Spacing here is going to be 1.5. That's spacing between here. Mukauya panapa mukandota spacing yedi ichangeri 1.5. So musachke yenyu 30 pages mashoma because spacing yenyu mukangotypa shoma inenge yatita. So we're going to have a spacing isiri fanika ema books amnoverenga. The document size should be above 30 pages. But muzazorinyora kuma 60 pages. This is no share time ekuzoriverenga. But tikasvika ari kuma 30 kana paine good. Who knows? Rinogona kubva ratoita ndiro rata kuti pota tichipembedza kuma students, right? Anditika each chapter should start on a fresh page. So mukaita throughout my chapters edu atangire on a fresh page. And anofanira ine bulletin ema 1.0, 1.1, 1.2. Charts, your graphs, your tables, etc. should be well labeled in figure numbers to say fig 1, fig 2, fig 1.1, 1.2, kana chapter 2, fig 2.2, because zvinoreva kuti ra table yepa chapter 2. Tikaona rakanzi 3.3, zvinoreva kuti ya table number 3 yemu chapter number 3. Ndo zvazvinoreva. Tikaona yakanzi 4.1, zvinoreva kuti ndo table or graph number 1 remu chapter number 4. That's what it means. So you are going to label things correctly like that. Source documents should be submitted. Any working paper should also be submitted as the arguments. Ndokumbirawo kuti pana angaite tiite mibvunzo. Tasarwa nemaminutes mangani kwepo. Any questions? Any questions as we wind up?
Okay, sendine question ka. Ndaida kubvunza
Yes.
kuti ko patangataura nezvemacourse implementation bye.
Yes.
Isusu tichingoita for academic purposes. Company
Hello? I can't hear you anymore.
pa company yachiona ipapo. Then we start telling them kuti you have to pay one